Hey everyone, how's it going? My name's Cloud, and welcome to my personal VOD reviews of Locals. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at Game 5 for the Week 3 Store Treasure Cup of the EB02 Meta, where I play Green Yellow Yamato versus Red Monkey D Luffy. Here's the deck list that I played in this match, and if you haven't already done so, please go check out the Locals retro video I made that covers this deck list and my overall thoughts on how Locals went this week. Without further ado, let's hop into the game. Final game for the Week 3 Store Treasure Cup of the EB02 Meta. I'm playing Green Yellow Yamato versus Starter Deck 21 Red Luffy. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on ×2 to get past the shuffling as usual. And let's talk about this matchup a little bit. This leader has really surprised me. In fact, this matchup is a lot closer than I imagined, just because this leader is able to accumulate so much power very early on and rush at me with that power. So I'm really scared actually to go against the red Starter Deck 21 Luffy. I did play against this leader last week and I was able to take it, but it was a close game. Let's see if we'll be able to take it this game as well. Looks like my opponent gave me the pass on the deck cut there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and cut his deck. Going on to the dice roll. I rolled a 5 and a 2, so it's 7. Let's see what my opponent rolls. 4 and 4, they get 8, so they get to pick. And I'll be going second, so they decide to go first. All right, let's take a look at our opening hand. Gonna pause it right after this shuffle. Okay, so in our opening hand, we got 7 cost Luffy, 4 cost Brook, 4 cost Sanji, and 2 1 cost Namis. Let's do our counter check. We got a 1k, a 2k, and a 1k, and a 1k. So not bad overall. We've got 5k counter total. I'm feeling pretty comfortable with this. One of them is at least a 2k. We'll be able to counter out of different various swings early on, right? So really nice to see that spread. In terms of the cards themselves, I'm really glad I get to see 2 1 cost Namis. This will help me be able to search out these Straw Hat characters in my deck and be able to maybe find the pieces I'm looking for. Especially when I know I have the 7 cost Luffy and Brook, I'm going to definitely be trying to find my combo pieces to be able to flood the board and go wide. Just like 3 costs Nico Robin, and maybe the 2 cost Onami, since I can search that out with the 1 cost Nami. So overall, I like this hand. I would probably keep it. Looks like my opponent decides to mulligan. Yep, I decide to keep it. So I'm gonna put it on ×2, or maybe not. Oh, my opponent's done shuffling. Great. Let's see what they're gonna have in hand. Gotta set up the life. All right, I think that just about does it. I think he needs one more. Yep. Here we go. Let's fist bump to start the game, and we're off. So my opponent's going first. They go 1 Dawn, and they pass. Ooh, I drew another 1 cost Nami. Very nice to see that. Play the Nami, look at my top 5. Let's see what I'm gonna search out. And I think in this case, I want to take this Nico Robin just because I have the combo pieces. Yep. And then I'm going to play another one to search again, top 5. Let's see here. I do see the Onami, so I would probably take that considering my hand. It would allow me to have Banish, which would be really good against my opponents since I don't want them to have too many cards in hand. It just gives them more fuel when they're going to be trying to rush at me. So The 2K is also looking kind of nice, but I think you just gotta go with the Onami here. Yep, there we go. Alright, so I'm taking the Nico Robin and the Onami into hand. That was my 2 Dawn play, so I will pass to them. They're at 3 Dawn now. Let's see. So in my hand, I have a pretty good combo. If I can get to 7 Dawn, I can go 7 cost Luffy into 4 cost Brook, into 3 cost Nico Robin, and then into the Nami banish. But that really depends on whether or not I can actually get to that point. So maybe the 4 cost Brook would be a better play. My opponent drops the 3 cost Nami from starter deck 21. This one's pretty good. It's a 3 cost, 1k power, 1k counter special character that says activate main, give up to 2 rested Dawn cards to your Straw Hat type leader or character. So they play that out, attach 2 rested Dawn to their leader, and hit me for 7k with their leader going to life. I end up just taking that, didn't want to burn the counter. I'm usually okay with taking the first hit just to see, you know, what cards I can get. And yeah. I'm at 4 Dawn now. There was no trigger off the life, but I missed what I actually grabbed here, so I'm gonna go back, sorry. Let's see. Here's the 3 cost Brook, I'm guessing. Yep, 3 cost Brook. Fast forward again. And I drew a 3 cost Mihawk off of life. So the Mihawk is really nice because now I can also do Mihawk into Brook, which would be also very good. Or I could just go maybe a 9k swing with my leader at my opponent's life. Yep, we're gonna go 9k double tech. I'm doing this because this requires 3 cards out of his hand. Ooh, what is that? What did I write right there? That's supposed to be ATK. So yeah, 9k double attack at his life. This forces him to either have to give up 3 cards or he just has to take the 2. So, right, he takes the 2 hits. I'm doing this just to put him down to 3 life early. I do have 2 characters on board, so I could attach Dawn there. Not bad. And I'm keeping the cards in hand for counter if I need to. My opponent's at 5 Dawn. They go ahead and they play the 5 cost Luffy from Star Deck 21. This one we've seen a lot at in Shanks decks, so I won't put it up, but allows him to have rush, and then when he attacks, give 1 rested Dawn to his leader or character. My opponent attaches 2 Dawn to his leader using Nami's effect, and then uses leader ability to attach 2 Dawns to the Luffy. So then they're going to be going a good 8k swing here at me with the Luffy. Pretty high number, and I'd have to give up 2 2ks to get out of this. I know a 8k swing is coming later because he did use Luffy's ability to attach 1 more Dawn to his leader. So if I know I'm going to take the leader hit, yeah, it makes sense for me to counter out of this just to keep my life somewhat high. So I give up 2 2ks. Oops, I didn't see that. We're going to pretend we didn't see that. And then he's going to go 8k with his leader. And I take this one, right? I already gave up 2 2ks, so back to me. I draw for turn, and I go up to 6 Dawn. And let's see what we got in hand. This would be a really good turn to just drop the Onami. They only have... oh, they actually have a good amount of cards in hand. So they could get out of a big swing. But if I do that, it's still forcing cards out of his hand or taking life. So play a Nami, give my leader banish. attach my last 4 Dawn. And I go another 9k. Double attack. Banish at him. Very brutal, because now he has to give up, again, 3 cards, or be willing to just lose 2 cards from his life. And this time it goes to the trash, though, instead of his hand. He ends up taking it, and it's got to go to the trash. So, boom. Yeah, that hurts. But had to do it. I think it was the best play there. If I go wide, I just lose counter in hand when he's kind of rushing at me. And the fact that he didn't put down a blocker or is countering, I'm just going to try to keep putting pressure on to try to thin his hand down a little bit. Right, let's see. I'm pretty sure I passed the turn here. So, oh, he didn't refresh. He's got to restand his characters. There we go. Draws return. I was at 6, so he should be at 7 Dawn now. What's the play gonna be? This Nami and Luffy combo is very brutal. Okay, so my opponent plays the 2-cost Sanji from the starter deck. Let's put that card up on screen because I am actually not too familiar with it. It's a 2-cost, 3k power, 2k counter strike character that says, on play, choose up to one of your Straw Hat type characters with a power of 6,000 or more. During this turn, your opponents may not activate blocker when that character attacks. Very interesting that they decided to play that out. I don't have any blockers, but we'll go with it, I guess. And then they play out the 4-cost Zoro, also from the starter deck. So I'll put that up on screen. Zoro is a 4-cost, 5k power, 1k counter slash character, that says Dawn 2. This character gains Rush. On KO, you may play a red character with 6,000 base power or below other than Zoro from your hand. So, yeah, okay. Does that. Uses Nami's ability to attach 2 Dawn to his leader, then uses leader ability to attach 2 Dawn to his Zoro. And now Zoro has Rush. Very curious why he decided to put down the Sanji. And then with his last Dawn, he puts it on the Luffy. So Luffy is going to go 7k at my life. Uses the rested Dawn. Uses the ability to attach 1 more rested Dawn to his Zoro. But we're starting off with a 7k attack to my life. He's got a lot of power coming in right now, so I'm really scared. I gotta somehow survive this with the measly 3k counter I have in hand. But I know that he's used up all of his Dawn, so... Ooh, maybe I should have countered that. Alright, I take the hit. Yeah, because he already assigned all of his Dawn, I know what the numbers are. He goes 8k here next. Or actually 9k, because Zoro... Oh, sorry, 8k. Rip. My writing. 8k here. And I know he has 1 more attack, which is just going to be a 7k. He's got no more attacks after that, so I take it. It is Blaze Slice. I could activate it to rest a card. Let's see if I choose to do it. I go ahead and trigger. And I'm going to rest the, it looks like the Nami. Good choice. Maybe next turn, if I don't feel like I can go for game, just try to get that Nami out of the way so that he cannot reuse the Dawn. And then finally, he goes 7k at my life. So because I know he's only going 7k, I can give up the cards in hand to counter out. Of the 4 1k counters, which ones am I going to do? I would think I would probably do the Brook, the Robin, and the Zoro. Keep the Searcher in hand just in case I need to use it to find a 2k, right? Yep, Brook, Robin, and Zoro for 8k to get out of it, and I'm alive. I still am not sure why he put down the 2-cost Sanji there. That's a 2k counter he lost from hand. Oh well. Pass back to me. I'm going up to 8 Dawn. He's got maybe 4 cards in hand. Maybe 5 actually, or maybe even more than that. So now that with me at 0, I kinda have to go for game here. I do have 3 attacking characters on board, but they are gonna be swinging kind of low. I moved the Nami in my hand to the front. I was thinking about maybe potentially trying to search out the 9 flash. Having a 9 flash would be really good to just get the plus 3k power, and then have the rested Dawn to attach to another character. But that's really risking it. I have to use 1 Dawn. The chances of me finding it might be kind of low since I only have 2 in the deck. So we are kind of in trouble here. Do we have Hody in hand? We do not have Hody in hand, so Hody Jones is not an option. If I had Hody Jones, I could have done maybe 5k, 6k, and then an 8k using those 3 attacks. Yeah, I'm really trying to figure out what's the best way for me to finish the game here. So playing out any characters is kind of a risk. Let's take a pause. Playing out any characters is kind of a risk because then I use Dawn. There's nothing in my hand that can benefit off of resting 2 Dawn and then give me my leader ability. So it might just have to be attacks with my characters. And in my head, I'm immediately going 3 Dawn here, 3 Dawn here. So that makes these 2 5Ks, 2 Dawn here. That makes this a 5K. And with 8 Dawn, that just leaves me with nothing actually. That's all my Dawn. So I would have, yeah, just 4 5k attacks. That only takes 1 card out of his hand each time. Doesn't seem the most efficient to me because he does seem to have a good amount of cards in hand there. And just takes 1 hit. So we already know 1 hit is going to be taken from the leader, or taken from life. So we only have 3 hits left to kind of end the game if he doesn't have any counter. But with only 5k swings, that's going to be really hard to do. Another way I can think about this is maybe just 2 big swings. So I need at least 2 Dawn here to make it even, 5 and 5, leaving me with 6 Dawn left. Divided evenly, 3 and 3. That means it would just be an 8k swing total, and another 8k swing total. I could just maybe go 7k first and go 9k with Onami, but the 7k is also risky because that only takes out 2 cards from hand. But it does potentially mean I can reallocate my Dawn elsewhere. So those are, I think, my lines of attack right now. Yeah, right now I'm really thinking about whether or not to use the Nami to try to search out 9 Flash. 9 Flash would really help in this situation. Let's speed this up. Okay, I end up going 7k to my opponent here. So yeah, he has 6 cards in hand. So this will take 2 cards out of it, leaving him with 4 cards left. Or he has to take the life. If he takes the life, he'll be at 7 cards in hand, and I just have to kind of all in at that point. But we'll see. Oh my gosh, my opponent gives up 3 1Ks. That's good news for me, but that's really unfortunate for him. So now he's down to 3 cards in hand. This is giving me a better shot. I have 6 Dawn left. I can still use 3 to go on Nami, or the 1-cost Nami. But alright, I opt in to just use 2 Dawn. We're gonna go 5k with Onami, and they take it. So, alright, this could be a sign that they just don't have counter in hand, or it could be a bluff, which I'm scared about, right? With 4 cards in hand, they only have to get out of a 6k swing here. But, oh, whoops. They actually decide to trigger. It's the Mulgun trigger, which I forget what it does, so let's go look up Mulgun. Mulgun is a 4 cost event that says trigger, activate main effect, and the main effect is give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 5,000 power during this turn. Then if you have a character with 6,000 power or more, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 2,000 power or less. And yeah, this is unfortunate. He chooses to minus power on the Onami and KO that Onami. Oh man. I think that's a big misplay on his end. He should have minus the power on this Nami and then just KO this Nami, because that would take away my attacks and I would have definitely have lost from there because I only have 4 Dawn, no characters, and very little counter in hand. That's a huge misplay on his end. But, you know, yeah, that's unfortunate. Not only that, but KOing my Nami gives me back the 2 Dawns, which end up rested on my Dawn area. So that means I could use it with leader ability, giving me a total of an 8k swing with the Nami. And they only had 2 2k counters in hand. Or 3, sorry, no, they had 3 cards in hand, but no counter. And whoops, I am so sorry. He was going for the handshake there, but I was looking at the cards in hand. Oh, bad manners from me. Sorry. I feel kind of bad. You can see that my opponent was on the younger side, but I was trying to treat him as a, you know, equal opponent. Don't want to, you know, change the way I play just because he's a younger opponent. I mean, maybe I should be friendlier and I could have helped him out there, but I told him after the game, like, hey, these 2 cards might have been better to KO. He gave me the opportunity to just do a bigger swing. So, yeah. Giving minus 5. Oh, I guess it didn't really matter because giving minus 5k here means that it's 0. He had no counter in hand, so if I just attach 4 Dawn, that still wouldn't be enough though, because he chose to KO my Nami. Yeah, so if he had KO'd this Nami and give minus 5k power to this Nami, he would have won. So, unfortunate. GG's though. I hope it's a learning lesson. And yeah, thanks for watching. That's gonna wrap it up for this week's matches. See you in the next videos. And in fact, that's gonna be OP11. Alright, catch you later. Until next time, remember, keep your minds fresh and your spirits free. See ya!